What's up guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. I recently made this class for the advanced class on how to sew this particular neck. You can see it has no piping. It's basically a very simple neck. But in today's tutorial, this is not what we're doing. In case you want to join and have access to this, a link will be in the description below. It's part of our advanced class. A link will be in the description below. But what we're going to do is a lot unique than this. This is exactly what I want to take you guys through in this video. How to make the hem of your senator look like this. You can use any fabric, you can use anything to design it. You can use a different color to do that. Here I'm using an interfacing that I use for my neck circumference, and all you have to do after getting here is to use your hemming gum to do the finishing. That is it. So I'm going to take you guys through this process step by step. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So first and foremost, I already cut my senator, I already cut my bodice, and I already do the finishing up to the hemming area. You can see what I have here up to the hemming areas. Just in case you don't know how to do this, a link will also be in the description below on how to cut and sew a senator. I already did a lot of tutorial about that. So I cut a pieces of fabric that I'll be using to do the turn up, and I cut this 1 inch is enough for you. 1 inch is enough. So I cut this at a total of 1 inch, and all you have to do is just the right side of the fabric right here, the right side, and the right side of the fold of your vent, of the side vent, right? The right side, I'm going to lift it up like this. You can see, and I'll simply just place this above here, just at this place. You can see here, and I'm going to stitch exactly what I wanted to fold outside, depending on how exposed you want the design to be. If you want it to be at 1/2 inch, you can go with 1/2 inch, but here I'll be stitching 1/4 of an inch, so that the total that is going to reflect outside is going to be a total of 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to take this to the sewing machine now and do a straight stitch, and I'm also going to do the down part. We're going to do all of the side. We're going to do all of this side. But basically, let me do this side first. So here you can see what I have. After stitching that place round, after stitching, all you have to do is just to use your iron to like iron it down, just like this. You can see, you know that we have the stitch of 1/4 of an inch in which that is inside, right? So you're going to do a turn up on top of that. You can see. So what is going to reflect outside is going to be your 1/4 of an inch. You can see that. You're going to simply make sure it is balanced. You see what I'm having here. Make sure it is balanced, and I'm going to iron it. You can see here, just like this. You can see that. Just take your time. Ironing is very, very essential when you're making an outfit. Whichever outfit it is you're making, ironing is essential. So I'm going to simply trim out this excess. You can see that. So this is what you're going to be having. You can see how easy that is. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing on all of the sides. You know, we're having 3 sides now. The upper parts, I'm going to do it on the upper parts also, and I'm going to do it on the side also. So all of the side, you're going to do and make sure you're turning up exactly your 1/4 of an inch, right? Turn your 1/4 of an inch before we do the down part also. So let me do that. So this is what we're going to be having. You see here, I already turned up my 1/4 of an inch, and this is what that side is going to look like. So here now, I'll be doing exactly the same thing, just straight down like this. You can see that. I'm going to do exactly the same thing, and I'm going to also fold that and show off the 1/4 of an inch. So this is what we're going to be having. You see that is exactly what you're going to be having. So now, in order to do our design, this is the most important part. So you can see the front part. This is what it's going to look like. This is the most important part, so you have to pay good attention here. Now what I intend to fold on my hem, right? Here I intend to fold 2 inches. 2 inches is okay for me, so I'm going to basically fold 2 inches. You can see that. And I'm going to give it a thorough ironing. Just make sure it is balanced. And also this side, make sure you fold in your 2 inches in the hem area. You can see that. 2 inches, and I'm going to iron it. So this is the most important part, so you have to make sure you pay good attention at this place. You can see, iron it very well. So now I'm going to do one side. It's very, very simple, so pay attention, and I'm going to like show you the final result. You can use exactly the same process. It's going to be the same process. So here, let me zoom in closer. Let me zoom in closer a little bit so that you can understand here very, very well. You can see right now at this place, right? If I lift this place up and I lift this side also up, inside of the fabric, you can see a line that came from both sides, the one that come from the up and the one that come from the side, right? At that center part in which the line actually align together, all you have to do is just to hold that place up and lift that place up like this, you can see, and make sure the two fabric join themselves together like they kiss together, like they are kissing and romancing, sorry. Like at that point, you can see, just like that, just like you're doing a suit vent, exactly like that. So here, I'm going to simply fold this backward like this. You see what I'm doing? And I'm going to iron it down. You can see that. Make sure it is very, very relaxed. Iron it down and make sure it is relaxed very well so that the gaiters are going to be obvious. So after you're done with that, if I move this up a little bit, you can see that I have a gaiters that come from both sides. This particular gaiters that cross over the two sides of the fabric. I'm going to make sure they kiss like this, fold them together. And also from this side, make sure the gaiters are aligned together from the other side. You can see like this particular gaiters here, you can see, make sure they came aligned together. Let me open it up. You can see those two just like that. Make sure they're facing like this exactly. You can see, and all you have to do now is just to run a stitch straight on top of it. So after running a stitch, you can see here, it's basically very, very simple. I'm going to simply trim out that excess. Okay, first, before I trim it out, let me turn it. So make sure you turn it first so that you know that you're doing the right thing. So this is what you're going to be having. You can see that. You see that? So what I'm having right here. This is, you can see that. So now all you have to do is basically simple. I'm going to turn it backward and I'm going to simply trim that part out. You see? And here, I'm going to make a notch. Make sure you create an opening there so that you can have to be able to open that stitch up. You can see. So I'm going to turn it backward just like this. And I'm going to use an iron to flatten that place. You can see that. I'm going to flatten that part. You can see. So after that is flattened, when I open this up, and make sure you pinpoint the edge. That's very, very important. Pinpoint that edge very well. You can see that. And all I have to do now is basically to just give it a good ironing. So let me iron it and show you guys what that is going to look like. So exactly the same thing we did here is the same thing you're going to do to all of the side. Exactly as simple as that. It's not that difficult, and all you have to do is just to do a stitch on the finishing or use an hemming gum to do your final locking up. It's as simple as that. So this is what you're going to be having. You can see this. You see how smooth and how sharp that edge look. You see that? This is a very, very smooth and professional hemming. You can see how that look like. And also you're going to do the same thing on all of the sides. So let me do that and show you guys the final result. So this is what you're going to be having after, and all you have to do is just to use your hemming gum to do the locking, or you can basically just stitch it to do the finishing. Just put it inside and do the closing. It's as simple as that. So that's about it on how to do this design. If you like the video, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. You have not smashed the like button, and I'll see you on another video. Peace, and do have a lovely day. Bye bye.